Ladies and gents, I am the one and only DJ Storms. I would like to welcome each and every single one of you back here to the channel on YouTube.com, and welcome back to yet another special edition video here on the channel. Just a question for all the OGs of the channel. Do you guys remember this? Thunder! Thunder, where were you? Dude, I had to record the rundown for the Rumble on my own and... Oh no. Thunder! Thunder, where are you? Thunder, Thunder! Thunder, where are you? God. Pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. Pick up your damn phone. Damn it! Where's the... Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I like to report a missing individual. He's about 6'2", jacked. He did wear a land mask and... Yeah. His name's JV Thunder. What do you mean you haven't seen him? It's not that hard. He wears superhero shirts that make him look jacked. He's 6'2". You can't miss the guy. Ah, you're useless. Fuck. I'm gonna find you, Thunder. I'm gonna find you. Well, that was certainly a blast from the past, now wasn't it? For those of you that do not know, that was the beginning of a very special series consisting of me and my personal drummer. It was the beginning of the Where's Thunder series, which was a series where my personal drummer, JV Thunder, as many of you know, that was with me for the first 3 years of the DJ Storms brand before taking a hiatus. He actually went missing during that time, and I had to go on a little quest in order to find him, a quest that stemmed over the course of 2 months. It was supposed to culminate on April 5th, 2019, on a very special edition of The Rundown for WrestleMania 35, and it was supposed to be in tribute of my late grandfather, who passed away just 24 hours before the video was supposed to be posted. However, we did not read up on the copyright rules. On January 31st, 2019, YouTube threw out some extremely strict copyright rules where a lot of the classic songs, especially those from the 80s, the insanely popular 80s rock songs, and we were going to use AC/DC's ThunderStruck for the video, that, along with many other songs, they were struck down. No one was allowed to use them. YouTube became ultra strict with the copyright rules. But oh, have the times changed. YouTube got a little bit more lenient, and the DJ Storms brand is as hot as ever. And seeing as JV Thunder's drum covers have been getting wildly positive reviews, I figured this would be the best time to break it out. What you guys are about to see, you are about to see the Where's Thunder series in its entirety, culminating with the Lost Rundown, the rundown that was never aired, the rundown that was never posted, the video that was never uploaded. I've kept it saved in my laptop for the last 4+ years, hoping and waiting for the time to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. Please sit back, enjoy the Where's Thunder series, and enjoy the Lost Rundown for WrestleMania 35. No. 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 Can't believe it! There's absolutely no reports in the papers about him missing at all! How am I supposed to start my road to WrestleMania without Thunder? What if he went back to Brookline? Oh no. I don't want to go back through the Link Collins tunnel again! Oh, so many bad memories lie within that place. I will find you, Thunder. I will find you, no matter what it takes. I will go to the ends of the earth, and I will find you in time for WrestleMania. Grogan, hey, listen, I'm sorry to pop up on such short notice.
No, it's all good.
Like, my drummer, he just went missing. We were seeing about like a month ago, and you know, I don't know where he is. Have you seen him?
I haven't. I'm sorry. But look, you just relax. Come inside. We'll have a burger. We'll have some fries. Everything's good.
Yeah. Wait. Say that again.
Come in for a burger and fries.
That's it, dude. That's it. You just reminded me, dude. Dude, thank you, man. Look, I'd love to stop in. You know I would, but look, I gotta go. It's really important.
Welcome to Working Out, people.
Yeah. Could I get a large order of fries, and that's it?
All right, 287. Drive out, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do love your fries, Thunder. Can you take any longer? My God, I got places to be. I'm gonna search for my best friend here. Move! Oh my God. Order the whole damn store, why don't you? Oh.
37?
Yeah. Yes. Here we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any sauce for the fries?
No. Thank you. Oh, wait, can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Have you seen this man? He's been missing for like a month now. No? Alright, thank you anyway. Have a good one. Oh, God. Where are you, man? Where are you, man? I told you I'd find you, but I don't know where to look. I don't know what else to do. I have no clues. I need some type of sign. Universe, if you're listening to me, give me a sign! What's that? You were here, weren't you?
Thunder! Where are you? Dude, I found your drumsticks in the park. I know you're here. Thunder, where? I know you're here, dude. Where are you?
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. 2 damn months. Wasted 2 damn months on this damn thing.
come over here for a minute. Where the hell have you been? 2 months ago, this entire room was in shambles. I look down, I find your mask, and what? Did you do all of this? Wait a minute. I immediately called you after I found your mask. Why didn't you pick up? What? Your charger broke and your phone's been dead for the last 2 months? Well, why didn't you just buy a new charger? You spent everything you had on remodeling this room? Okay, fine. But just last week, I found a pair of your drumsticks on a tree stump in the park. What was that all about? What do you do? You chopped down that tree in the park to make these new drumsticks. How? It's quite impressive. I must admit that it's quite impressive. But one last question. Why did you do all of this? Did this all for me? Is that an official DJ StormsTakeOver head? Dude, you never cease to amaze me. What? What's the matter now? Holy shit! It's April 6th, dude! WrestleMania's tomorrow! We haven't even recorded an official WrestleMania rundown yet. What? Are we rolling right now? What are you still standing there for? Go! Get back there! We got a job to do. And tomorrow night, live on the WWE Network. A man who spent the past 11 years fighting for a dream to make it to WrestleMania will go up against the planet's champion in a war that is sure to capture the hearts of many. Also, a King Slayer will look to become a Beast Slayer when he challenges that same beast incarnate for the world crown of Monday Night Raw. And finally, for the very first time ever, 3 women will main event the show of shows in which it is winner take all. But before it's time for the Beast Slayer to clash with the Beast, before it is time for those 3 women to make history, before it is time for WrestleMania. It's time for the rundown. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another video right here on YouTube.com. As of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy, and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind. This is the official rundown for WWE WrestleMania 35, which is streaming live tomorrow night on the WWE Network with the pre-show starting at a special 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And my God, it has been way too long since I've heard such a great performance from Thunder. Thunder is back, ladies and gentlemen, and we can all rejoice. But now, why don't we get straight into the matches? Now, first match. I'm just going in order of the matches that I think should be in this specific order. So, start off with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We got fucking Michael Che and Colin Jost in it. And at this rate, you know, you really can't put it past WWE just to have Braun Strowman win it. Guarantee you that we're going to come down to Braun Strowman and Colin Jost and Michael Che. But you know something? We got people like Apollo, we got people like Ali and Andrade. And you would think that since they're the up-and-comers here, you would think you would treat it a little bit more seriously and have one of them win it. Especially Andrade, because there's multiple reports going around right now. Number one, there's been reports and rumors going around that Andrade is slated to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, or he's going into the summer and challenging for the United States Championship. They've been placing him around the United States Championship for the past number of months. So, in hindsight, it would make sense to have Andrade win it. Gain him some momentum. It's his first fucking WrestleMania, but no. No. Most likely, this is probably going to be the most WWE thing that they could possibly do. They're going to do the same thing with the Women's Battle Royal, which I'll talk about. Who gives a fuck about Braun Strowman at this rate? The guy has fallen so far from grace to a point where he's dead. The guy is absolutely dead. I don't think the guy's ever going to recover from the position that he's in. There are currently no plans for Braun Strowman that I've been hearing after WrestleMania. The guy is directionless. Meanwhile, you got plans for Andrade. They're probably going to have plans for Ali to put him in a program with Samoa Joe after WrestleMania. But zero plans I've heard for Braun Strowman. I want Andrade, but most likely it's going to be Braun Strowman. I'm just going to go with Braun Strowman. There's no way they're going to make it like last year. Last year, they actually had a good moment with Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Not going to be the same thing this year. And it's going to be the same thing with the Women's Battle Royal. The Women's Battle Royal, we only have 14 competitors, I believe, so far. They're probably going to add some competitors from NXT. They'll probably bring up some legends because it's a very small Battle Royal as of right now. You take a look at the field. You got Ruby Riott, you got Asuka, you got Nikki Cross, you got Naomi. Take a look at that field. It's a pretty nice field. You think that one of those two would win. You think that they would probably build up Nikki Cross or probably at least give Asuka something after they fucked her over with the whole entire Charlotte issue, which I already did a rant about that. But, you know, what's the most WWE thing that you could think of right now? Think about it. A certain fucking sassy Southern belle named Lacey Evans has been doing fucking catwalks every single week, and she has not competed in one televised match except the Royal Rumble and main event. And who the fuck watches main event at this rate? Guarantee you, WWE is going to have it come down to Lacey Evans and Asuka. And they're going to give a nice big old fuck you to Asuka, and they're going to have Lacey Evans, who hasn't even shown one 1/100th of what she could do in the ring. She lasted 30 minutes in the Royal Rumble, but who the fuck remembers the Women's Royal Rumble at this rate, since it probably was one of the most boring parts of the show, outside of the last few entrants when Becky Lynch finally won. But, you know, then there's people who want to claim that I'm too negative. Oh, the negativity's seeping in. The negativity is too much. Oh, I complain too much about Monday Night Raw. I'm talking to you, Jeremy. Anyway, I want to say that, you know, they would do something. They could do something with the Women's Royal Rumble, too. They could have fucking Shayna Baszler go in there and win it. Since we have Shayna Baszler coming up in the Superstar Shakeup, and you know she's going to be a vital part because I do not see her winning at all come TakeOver. They could have Shayna Baszler do it, but no. WWE does not have any creativity when it comes to this stuff whatsoever. I'm just going to go with Lacey Evans and call it a day. Next, the final match on the pre-show is the Cruiserweight Championship match, which I believe could be one of the best parts of the show. One of the matches that I'm most excited for after that great Cruiserweight tournament, and the fact that they've been building this up for weeks now, and, you know, it could either swing either way. It could really swing either way. But, you know, at the same time, the only way that I can really see Buddy Murphy losing the Cruiserweight Championship at this rate is if they have plans to move him up to either Raw or SmackDown. He should go to Raw, because I've been preaching that Raw is in desperate need for a solid mid-card. Same thing with guys like Cedric. Same thing with guys like Tony Nese himself. Now, I would like to hope that they would bring Buddy Murphy up, but I think, truthfully, Triple H is actually very scared for Buddy Murphy, because Buddy Murphy loses the Cruiserweight Championship at WrestleMania. Where does he go from here? Tony Nese, they've been building him up. This is in his home area. He's from Long Island. WrestleMania is in his home area, and you know, I think he's paid his dues. He has done very well. He's one of the best that they got on 205 Live. I'm going to go with the bold prediction here. I'm going to go with Tony Nese to win the Cruiserweight Championship. Even though, at this rate, Buddy Murphy, he's been operating on a different type of level at this rate. But I think this may be Tony Nese's time. I'm just very fearful of where Buddy Murphy goes. Same thing with Cedric Alexander. Cedric right now is embroiled in an undercard feud with Oney Lorcan, but where does Cedric go after the feud with Oney? I don't know. A 205 Live, and the guys on 205 Live, it's a real big question mark, but I'm going to go with the bold prediction. I'm not going to be mad if Tony Nese doesn't win, but I think this may be Tony Nese's time. I think Tony Nese is going to walk out of WrestleMania as a new Cruiserweight champion. Let's talk about the main card. Now, this match specifically, I think, is the best possible match to kick off the show if it does happen. Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe for the United States Championship. Now, a lot of people are saying that Styles and Orange should kick it off, but again, you don't really want to drain the energy of the crowd out too early, because that match is going 20 minutes. That's going to be an absolute show stealer. That match, Buddy and Tony, and then obviously we got matches like Shane and Miz and Batista and Orton. There's a lot of matches that could steal the show. So you don't want to put something on that's going to absolutely take all the energy out of the crowd so early. Rey and Joe, they're going to put on a good match, nice 12, 13 minutes. It'll get the job done. Joe should not be losing. Rey Mysterio, he can take a loss. Joe, this is the biggest match of his career. He's going into the match as United States Champion. Samoa Joe, I cannot see him losing. Samoa Joe is going to walk out of WrestleMania, the United States Champion. Now, I have not heard any reports on whether Mysterio is going to be good to go. He suffered an ankle injury. I'm not sure how serious it is. Hopefully, he's able to go. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if WWE took this out of the show completely. But if it does take place, this is the best possible match to kick off the show. It'll be a nice 12, 13-minute match. Samoa Joe to retain the United States title. After that, I believe it should be followed up by the SmackDown Tag Team title Fatal 4-Way match. The Usos defending against Ricochet and Aleister Black, The Bar, and Rusev and Nakamura. Now, if we are going to get new champions, there is only one team that should even be considered, and that's Rusev and Nakamura. Since it's new and it's fresh, The Bar, we've seen that 5 times already. Ricochet and Aleister Black. Look, I love the tag team of Ricochet and Aleister Black. I think it adds a lot, but they are better as singles competitors, as we've seen in the past. And I think the best possible route for them would be Aleister Black turning heel on Ricochet, and we can get a nice undercard program with them on Monday Night Raw when they solidify their place on Raw, hopefully in the Superstar Shakeup. Nice mid-card program with Ricochet and a heel Aleister Black. That could really bring some legitimate competition and some legitimacy, period, to Monday Night Raw. Because Monday Night Raw, you take a look up and down Monday Night Raw, they are absolutely suffering as far as mid-card goes and main event stars go. You take a look at up and down the roster on Monday Night Raw, you see person after person that just brings the show down. And for obvious reasons. Nia Jax, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, Roman Reigns. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Now, speaking of Rusev and Nakamura, Nakamura, again, like, I'm not sure what the hell's going on with Nakamura because, you know, he said that his contract was supposed to expire in March, but yet here he is at WrestleMania a month later, almost 7 days after his contract was supposed to expire in March, and he's in a fucking championship match. Speaking of contracts, the Usos did sign a contract, so they are locked down for a 5-year deal. And with that being said, I think it's a safe bet that the Usos are going to retain. And this match should just do its job like Ray and Joe. 13, 14 minutes, nice fast-paced action, and there's really no reason for the Usos to lose. Especially since they just signed a 5-year deal. If they are to lose, then there's only one team that should even be considered, and that's Rusev and Nakamura. But I'm going with the Usos to retain. That needs to be followed up by the women's tag team title fatal 4-way match. This cannot go over 9-10 minutes. This is merely a filler match. This is merely a match just to get the women's tag team titles on the card. Who cares about Nia Jax and Tamina? Nia Jax fans, one of the without a doubt, one of the most cancerous fan bases in the community. The Iconics, they're not as bad as Tamina and Nia Jax, but, they make my ears bleed every time they have microphones. No one really cares about Natalya and Beth Phoenix. She was just brought back to fill that legend status, to try and give the women's tag team title some credibility. But again, this match is just a huge slap in the face to Sasha Banks and Bayley. This match, like I said, cannot go over 9-10 minutes. I think it's going to be a very sloppy match. It's going to be just a huge mess. Sasha and Bayley retain, and let's move on to the Sky Pirates at NXT TakeOver San Jose come June. Okay? Next. I would say the best possible match to follow that would be Shane McMahon and The Miz. Shane McMahon and The Miz, both men can work. It's a Falls Count Anywhere match. This has actually been one of the best storylines built up throughout the entire WrestleMania season, so that should scream a lot. I think the storyline's been great. Both men have played their parts very, very well. And as far as the winner goes, there really is no doubt in my mind that The Miz is going to win. This match should go 15 to 19 minutes, I would say. These two are going to get a lot of time since it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. We're going to see a lot of high spots, a lot of weapons being used, and I think The Miz is going to get a strong babyface role after WrestleMania. I think this is going to be Shane McMahon's last appearance for a while, and Shane McMahon can focus on the backstage issue. I really don't see this feud continuing. This has been the culmination of months and months and months with them winning the tag team titles and Shane McMahon turning heel. I think this could be one of the best matches of the night if given the opportunity. And I think The Miz is going to walk out of this thing victorious. Next, we got possibly. I think that the next match is going to be Kurt Angle's retirement match. I mean, at this rate, Kurt Angle's retirement match is pretty much a filler match, based off of the fact that they put fucking Baron Corbin in there. I mean, you really think that match is going to last more than 7-8 minutes? Do you think that match is really going to captivate anyone? I mean, they said Cena's slated for a match, but most likely he'll probably end up interrupting fucking Elias, and we'll get a repeat from last year, only this time it's a match, and Cena will end up burying Elias, just like Elias has been buried by every other person that has been interrupting him. Same shit with that. Instead of giving us a match with Cena and Angle, WWE basically giving us another fuck you because, they can. Get it over with, have Kurt Angle beat Baron Corbin, and that's about it. Most likely, don't be surprised if they fucking have WWE, don't be surprised if WWE goes off and has Baron Corbin hit the end of days on Kurt Angle, and Baron Corbin walks out of that match victorious. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. I don't want to put this bad juju in the air, but, with this WrestleMania, and as far as the outcomes goes, I could say the wrestling could be probably some of the greatest wrestling that you will ever see on the planet when it comes to these shows. But the booking always makes or breaks the show, and I just have no faith in WWE to actually book the correct winners of the matches. But if I was a safe man, I would go with Kurt Angle. I'm just going with Kurt Angle because I don't think WWE is that petty to have Kurt Angle lose his retirement match. I hope I'm right. After that, I would expect it to be AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. This match is going 22 minutes. This match, without a doubt, has the potential to be the best match of the night. This has been one of the best storylines built up, and it's only been a few weeks. just based off the realism in the promos. We saw an RKO on SmackDown this Tuesday. Now, I'm not sure if that's an indication that Randy Orton is going to lose. This one could swing either way, to be quite honest with you. There's multiple reports going around. There's a report that Vince supposedly wants AJ on Raw. If that's the case, then AJ will lose, and AJ will get drafted to Raw in the Superstar Shakeup. However, a report that I reported on the Lightning Flash update not that long ago is AJ is supposedly slated for a feud with Joe, as in Samoa Joe, yes, after WrestleMania. If that's the case, then it should be for the United States Championship. AJ signed a new contract recently. If he asked for a lighter schedule, then I can see Samoa Joe taking out AJ Styles, kayfabe-wise. Styles spends some time with his family, and then he comes back around July, probably for the build for SummerSlam, and it kills two birds with one stone. Gives Styles the lighter schedule, and it gives Samoa Joe some credibility as the United States Champion, because he's been booked like jack shit ever since he finally defended the title at Fastlane, and then he's been losing every week on television. If I was a safe man, based off of what happened on Tuesday and the fact that the plans are to put AJ in a program with Joe for the title, now they've put on some great matches in the past. I think that would be a great undercard program for the time being, and if Styles is taking the lighter schedule, Joe takes him out for the moment, then I'm going to go with AJ Styles to win this. I'm not going to be mad if Orton wins. It could swing either way, like I said, but I'm going to have to go with AJ Styles. And I think this could very well be match of the night. Next, the only way to follow that up is Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley for the IC title. You bring out the fucking demon for Bobby Lashley, but Finn Balor says no for Brock Lesnar. Way to be logical. Way to keep the demons special, WWE. This cannot go more than 3 minutes. This is a perfect opportunity. 2 3-minute squash. Have Finn Balor defeat Bobby Lashley. If this goes over 3 minutes, WWE will have royally bombed with this match. 2 3 minutes. You cannot. I don't think anyone can make a Bobby Lashley match interesting, even if we have the fucking demon in there. So do not waste our time. Please, WWE, do not fucking waste our time. 2 3-minute squash. Have Finn Balor win. End of story. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. This one could also swing either way. It is a very unpredictable WrestleMania, and not in a good way, people. The reports of Drew McIntyre supposedly being slated for a big push, because Vince McMahon sees a lot in him, which is good and all that, but you have to remember, this is fucking Roman Reigns we're talking about. Now, obviously, I have to be the one to educate all of you. Do not be surprised if we hear boos. As a matter of fact, I am almost preying on it at this rate, because I've stated this numerous times in the past. Now, Drew McIntyre, he has been a great heel, and his great heel work, combined with the fact that people respect Joseph Anoa'i more, that he overcame a deadly disease that many people suffer from. So those two together have been successfully keeping Roman Reigns over for the moment. Now, WWE has to be very careful, because if WWE goes ahead and they have Roman Reigns beat Drew McIntyre, and on top of that, then we got the supposed rumors going around that Brock Lesnar supposedly is set to retain against Rollins, which I will talk about later on. I will talk about that match later on and why it's a fucking dumbass decision, especially with the new report going around. But as far as this match goes, again, it's a real toss-up, because the proper move were to have McIntyre win. If this is going to be a one-off, McIntyre needs to win. Now, I have no problem with Roman Reigns winning if you want to continue the feud into Money in the Bank and Backlash, and McIntyre can win then. So if you want to continue the feud, if WWE wants to continue this feud after WrestleMania, I have no problem with Roman Reigns walking out victorious. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm genuinely excited for the match, because it's going to be a great wrestling match. I am concerned for the outcome. If Roman Reigns is to walk out victorious, this cannot be a one-off match. It can't. McIntyre needs to win the feud, because if this is a one-off match, they're going to have to work twice as hard to build up McIntyre for a summer program for the Universal title. But I don't want to, but I'm going to have to go with Roman Reigns just because of the simple fact that Vince McMahon just can't keep his hand out of Roman Reigns' ass. So, there's that. Moving on, I would say the next one to follow that up would be Triple H versus Batista in a no-holds-barred match. This one, could swing either way. Batista wanted this match. He could end his career on his terms with a loss to Triple H. And remember, if Triple H does lose, he will not be competing in a ring ever again. So again, it could swing either way. Triple H put his career on the line last time at WrestleMania in that life against Brock Lesnar, which I was there for. Obviously, we have the fact that, Triple H does have duties as a COO, as the operator of NXT and 205 Live and NXT UK. So with that being said, you would think that they would have Batista win, but I think that this could be Batista's. This is Batista's last match. Batista wanted to end his career on his terms in a match with Triple H. So if that's the case, I'm going to have to go with Triple H getting the win. I think this match should go 17, 18 minutes. We're going to have a lot of table spots, some chair spots, kendo stick spots. We could probably see a spear through the barricade. You never know. And I would have to go with Triple H to win. I really don't see Batista coming out victorious unless Triple H really does want to just focus on his backstage business techniques, or tactics rather, and operating those 3 successful brands that I just talked about. So I'm going to go with Triple H. Match that was just recently announced a couple days ago, which will probably be used as a filler match because WWE just cannot seem to book the Revival correctly as champions. The Revival defending against Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder did nothing but ask the Revival, and the Revival accepted via a Twitter video on WWE's Twitter page out of their arrogance. Literally, the only reason why this match is taking place is because Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are from the New York area. The Revival, they needed an opponent. Now, you could have gone with Aleister Black and Ricochet, but you had to rush that on Raw. And now, this is probably going to be the biggest middle finger to the Revival, and we're probably going to have another Zack Ryder WrestleMania 32 incident. Now, I want to see Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder in a prominent role in the tag team division, and, see them as legit fucking competitors, but at the same time, this match just seems like a throwaway. It's for the Raw Tag Team titles. Guarantee you, they're going to spin the face of the Revival, have Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins win, just for the feel-good story, and then they're probably going to have the Revival go ahead and defeat them the next night on Raw. We're going to have another Zack Ryder WrestleMania 32 incident. But, flip-flopping the titles, it's some type of, it's just for the moment, right? Fuck a moment. Fuck a moment. If it ain't going to result in an actual run with the titles, why are you going to take the titles off the Revival after 2 months just to give them to Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder and then give them back to the Revival in 24 hours or a week? I don't give a fuck at this rate. I'm just going to call Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. If the Revival win this, I would be legit shocked. If the Revival win this. Let's talk about Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. This definitely has the potential to be the match of the night. I think that this match is going to go 20, 25 minutes. This match right here has had a lot of storyline in it. I have loved the underdog storyline of Kofi Kingston. Aside from, a few blips here and there with the gauntlet matches and shit like that, Daniel Bryan's fantastic at what he does. As far as the outcome goes, again, this could swing either way as well. Reports that Daniel Bryan, it doesn't matter who Daniel Bryan was facing. He was originally slated to face Kevin Owens, but they put Kofi in there. Now, it really didn't matter who Bryan was facing, because no matter who Bryan was facing, Daniel Bryan was going to retain anyway, because they want to make him a monster heel. Now, I'm not sure if, it could very well end up being Kofi Kingston, but like I said, Kofi Kingston, as a member of the New Day, is really not a good representation as WWE Champion. The storyline's great, but at the same time, the New Day are more compatible as a unit. Now, there's a report that Brad Shepard went over saying that the New Day could supposedly break up and Big E and Xavier Woods are going to turn heel on Kofi. that could very well come to fruition, and Daniel Bryan could end up retaining, or Daniel Bryan could retain clean. Now, Kofi Kingston could end up winning the WWE title. I'm not going to be mad if he does, because I personally want to see Kofi Kingston as WWE champion. But, at the same time, he's really not in a role where I can take him seriously as a main event guy, throwing pancakes and gyrating, skip clapping, and throwing bootios around. Now, if he were a little bit more serious, and he was a single star, I wouldn't mind that. And I went over how to book the New Day as single stars, should the report from Brad Shepard become a reality. But I'm going to go with the bold prediction. I'm going to call Kofi Kingston. I'm predicting I think Kofi Kingston is going to walk out of TakeOver, or excuse me, I was thinking about TakeOver. I think Kofi's going to walk out of WrestleMania as the WWE champion. And the reason why I say that is because, WWE is in this mentality in which Seth Rollins is apparently not worthy enough to become Universal Champion, and now we're talking about the Universal title match. There is no excuse, there is no logical reason why Seth Rollins should not walk out of WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. The only logical reason would be if the Saudi Arabian Prince wanted Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion going into the Saudi show. But recent reports, they moved the Saudi show from May to June. They moved it to June 7th, the day before TakeOver San Jose. So if that's the case, what would be the point of WWE keeping the title on Brock Lesnar come WrestleMania? Now, this match has the potential to be a very good match. I think give this match 13, 14, 15 minutes with Rollins and Lesnar. I think that Lesnar's going to bring his A game, especially for a guy like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is one of the best that they got. But outside of the Saudi Arabian Prince issue, which I have heard no reports about whatsoever, and they moved the Saudi event a month later, there is no reason why Seth Rollins should not walk out of WrestleMania as Universal Champion. Now, I realize he did stand tall on Raw, but then again, Brock Lesnar stood tall on Raw last year before WrestleMania 34, and literally everyone, including the baby in your mother's womb, picked Roman Reigns to walk out of WrestleMania as the Universal Champion. So, there's that to take into consideration. But again, Seth Rollins did need to get the better of Brock Lesnar. Now, I really don't know what's going on. I have not heard any reports on the final decision for Rollins and Lesnar. Rollins definitely deserves to come out victorious, but at this rate, I just don't know with WWE. I really don't know with WWE, and I don't really know about this match. I'm guessing I'm going to have to pick Brock Lesnar mainly because of the fact that WWE has put a lot of effort into the Kofi Kingston storyline, that I think they're going to pull the trigger on Kofi. Even though I don't see it as the right decision because he's still a member of the New Day, I think that Kofi Kingston's going to be WWE Champion, and unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with another 2 fucking months of Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion, unless they decide to do Brock Lesnar versus Rollins on Money in the Bank. But I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. The women's triple threat, Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda. Winner take all for both the Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Championship. I do not need to go over how merging the divisions is a bad decision. I've already did a huge rant. I lost my fucking voice about that on the Lightning Flash update a week ago. So if you want to go back and watch that, you can. Secondly, they have pretty much ruined this entire storyline with the overly convoluted mess of Becky getting suspended, then you add Charlotte, then she comes back, beats him with a crutch, then she gets arrested, then we have the match at Fastlane, Ronda turns heel, acts like an idiot, she still cuts horrible promos like she's rapping Eminem's Rap God, so, that's self-explanatory. But now we're here. There is no doubt in my mind, the match could be great. 20, 25, 30 minutes. It's going to be a great triple threat. This cannot end any other way than Becky Lynch tapping out Ronda Rousey and walking out with both championships. Now, I don't know where they're going to go after WrestleMania, especially with the Superstar shakeup, but that is pretty much the end scene that we need at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch tapping out Ronda Rousey, winning both championships, end of story, period. I think I hope that I have shed a lot of light on this entire situation as far as WrestleMania goes. But ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this edition of The Rundown. I would like to thank each and every single one of you who tuned into this video. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to give this video a thumbs up. We have been doing great in the thumbs up department. I want you to see if we can get this video to over 10 thumbs up. Here's what I also want you to do. I want you to comment down below. Which match do you think is going to steal the show? Which match are you most excited for? What you like best about my quality analytics about WrestleMania. I also want you to hit that subscribe button because we have peaked. We have peaked. Over 500 subscribers. We are on the road to 1,000, ladies and gentlemen. The Storms Takeover is fucking real. And if you don't believe it, well, you believe it now. Here's what I also want you to do. I also want you to hit that notifications bell with a huge super kick. That way, you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube, because when I pop up on YouTube, it is the best time to be on YouTube. A few announcements. Tomorrow, Elmwood Park Rec Center, WrestleMania YouTube tapings. The pre-show starts at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We got the photo op, we got the meet and greet, we got autograph signings. If you secured your ticket package, you're getting a free hot dog as well. And the main show starts at 2 p.m., just mere hours before WrestleMania. I'm going to be there. The entire production crew is going to be there. We are going to be watching some excellent matches, including Crowbar versus Mike Orlando. And then just a week later, at St. Mary High School in Rutherford, New Jersey, starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, WrestleMania Never Forgotten. And we got some good matches there, too. We got Darius Carter challenging Sebastian Cage for the Light Heavyweight Championship. We got the North American Champion Gunner Trash facing off against Prince Akhenaten in a Rutherford DPW Lumberjack match. It's going to be fucking awesome. And then the main event, AEW signee. Yes, you heard me correctly. AEW signee Joey Janela versus Crowbar for the WrestleMania Heavyweight Championship. It is a match 5 years in the making. The last time these two faced off was on December 28th, 2014, in which I was there. The match ended in a double countout. Business will be finished come April 14th. And finally, May 19th, 2019, Wrestling Express will host the meetup for Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We going back to Pub 46 in Clifton, New Jersey, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to be there. Tommy McGrogan's going to be there. Glenn Davidson's going to be there. All the members of Wrestling Express are going to be there. Free of charge. Come on, hang out, talk business, talk some collaborations. Maybe I'll give you a free wristband if you're lucky enough. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and this has been The Rundown. And my God, have I waited to say these words one more time. Thunder! Take us home!
Good to have you back, buddy.